Welcome back to Tom's Garage again, boys and girls. Good morning. Today, it's a Powersmart. One of them Walmart lawnmowers. Date of manufacture on this thing says May of 2020. So this thing is exactly 5 years old now. He said he bought it, stuck it in his garage, hired a lawn care company, and never used it. Never cranked it. Well, now he wants to crank it, and it won't crank. I could tell he put some fresh fuel in it. He filled it up. Hey, bud. See what we got here. Whew, yeah, that's full. Okay. Yeah, this thing has absolutely never been used. Look at that. That thing's nice. Well, I don't have the cap all the way down. There it goes. Okay. First thing we're going to do is check the oil in it. Go around here and find the little dipstick. There it is. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. Made a mess out of this thing already. I'd say it's got too much oil in it. You know, I was looking, there's a ring of oil around the deck, and I was looking, and I couldn't tell where it was coming from. I looked at the governor shaft seal. All that's dry. See, there's oil. Usually they'll oil that air filter, and that could possibly be, no, that's dry. Is the valve cover leaking? Nope, that's dry. It's dry. But evidently that's where it's coming from. It just got too much oil in it. Let's check it again since it's had a second to set it back down since we flipped it over. We'll have to give this thing a good degreasing. Golly, that thing is absolutely full to the rim. There's the full mark, and it was way up here. Well, that's the first thing we're going to do is dump all that oil out. Grab your favorite oil draining pan. Yay! I bet that thing's hydro locked. You can't even pull it. Keep that thing from sliding. Look out. This is inevitable. We can't help it. We're going to have to make a mess. There we go. Whew. And the cap is leaking. Drippy, drippy. Stick that rag under there while the oil drains. We'll just let it completely drain. This one's a primer start. I wonder why they had so much oil in it. Boy, I tell you, this thing is absolutely brand new. Is it still draining? Yep. I bet it's going to fill that pan full. There had to be over a quart or more of oil in it. They usually hold about a half a quart. Wow. Wow, wow. Probably going to have to clean the carburetor. Hey. Okay. Just let that finish draining. It looks like it might be getting close to starting to just drip and dribble now. All right, let's stand it back up. I'll tell you, we have made a mess out of this thing in just seconds. Golly, let's set this out of the way. Woo! That is a lot of oil. Is it all out now? Yep. It appears to be empty. All right, let's grab a old oaky jug. Grab my oaky jug. Let's see, we are right at 2 quarts. Let's see where we're at now. That's about a 1/2 quart. We'll give it a check. Let that settle a little bit more. It's kind of hard to get a good reading right now. It appears we are just under full. Let's add just a little bitty bit. You keep checking, it's going to get low. All right. That ought to be enough. Set this over there. All right, I like that. That's good. Little cobwebs. Okay, let's lower the table and see if she'll crank. Might get this filter cover off. Really can't. All right, lower the table. All right, we'll give it about 4 or 5 good little primer pumps. Let's see what she'll do. Nope. Quickie little test, we'll squirt some carb cleaner into the carburetor. If she hits, fires up and dies after a couple of seconds, we know the carburetor issue and we're not getting fuel to the combustion chamber. Now we know it's a carburetor issue because that tells us we got fire and we got compression. It will run. We just ain't getting fuel. So y'all know what that means. It means grab your favorite carburetor cleaning pan. Yay! All right. Grab a Phillips head, get that cover off. I tell you, more and more people are buying stuff with these Powersmart engines. That log splitter I had to work on earlier has got one. Push more I had earlier. That pressure washer over there's got a Powersmart engine. I don't like them. I don't. Let's get that pulled off there. Little needly nose, see if we can get this fuel line clamp off there. Well, the fuel line's going to come off for the clamp well. Boy, that is some cheap little fuel line. We may replace that with some better quality fuel line. Okay, grab your 10mm socket. Well, the little birdies are fired up today. Do we have anything else we need to take loose? We have this vent line right here. Crankcase vent line, have to push that off. And then we have this line going from the primer to the carburetor. Right down there. Gotta take that line off too. All right. I can get to it. Get my fingers on that little clamp, slide that off. All right, got that. All right. Don't lose the little spacers there. That keeps you from crushing this plastic when you tighten it down. We'll have to make sure this primer's working. Let's see. See if I can find a way to put this back on and test it. Because you can't see into the carburetor with this on there. Let's see if we can see it priming now that the line's put back on. Oh yeah, it's shooting out of that emulsion tube real good. So we know the primer's working. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and drain whatever's in here. We don't know what's in there. We don't know. All right, we'll just let this drain. That was pretty full too. Sorry though, looks like this pan's bigger than that tank, so we're good. This one don't have a throttle return spring on the throttle leakage. Huh. Very simple little machine. I don't even know what brand carburetor that is. Looks like it says SP. Huh. Oh, I was going to say, let's get this gasket off. It'll come off, but it just jumped off. It's got a little oil around that. This thing just has oil all over it. How was that on there? Just like that. All right, ready for your carburetor cleaning pan. Slide all this to the side. We'll come right over here. Raise the camera up so y'all can see a little gooder while I dump gas down it. Oh, let's see. So what do we have? What do we have? Oh yeah, look at there. That's nice and yellow. Maybe that's all it is, just a little bit of stale fuel. Oh yeah, that looks nice. Got a little bit of jelly in it. A little bit. And I do not want to disturb this O-ring because it will swell and you will never get it back in there. Wipe off the gas because that gas makes it swell, and the carb cleaner will make it swell up too. We'll get the main jet and emulsion tube out. Make sure they're clean. Looks like the fuel tank's finished draining. Looks a little yellow in that fuel tank where it come out. We'll go ahead and get this out too. Got one thread that comes through the other side right there. Pop off this jet. All right, we'll spray through here, through the secondary idle circuit, and it should come out in the little holes right there. All right, so we know that's flushed clean. Make sure this is open. Well, just lost my straw. All right. Now we'll take our little blower. Dry off that little O-ring. All right. Ooh. And let's see, let's grab one of these here little pokers. Seems to be open. That may be the only problem, just stale fuel in the bowl. Stale fuel in the bowl. Nice and open. Give it a poke, give it a puff, give it a spray. All right, we know that's clean. Now for the emulsion tube. We'll just go through every hole. All right, well, we got that hole right there we got to poke through. Wow. There's another one. Wow. All right, give it a poke, give it a spray, and give it a puff. That goes up. That's what you see looking inside the carburetor. Pokes up right there. You know this goes down because it's got the flat side. It has to seal against the flat side of the jet. Just want to get a little thumb to remember. Not real tight. Okay. Go ahead and put the floating needle back in there. Give it a little wrench. Put the little pin back in there. Line that up just so. Spray this bowl out. Looks like we've got a little bit of rust starting right there. Little speck right there. Scrape off whatever can come off. And we go ahead and put the bowl back on. You know, this drain plug right here goes 180 degrees from the intake, fuel inlet. That's nice and shiny. So it sits on the mower like that, and the fuel line comes in. That way this is out in the open in the front of the mower. You can get to it. Okay, now we'll clean this. Legit. Spray it off. The O-rings still look good. They're not swollen or broken. And we'll grab a little bitty little poker. And we'll stick right through there. You can see it coming out inside. Window lift's open. Give it a poke, give it a spray. Shoot you right in the face. And give it a little puff. What I like to do is get it wet again. That way it lubricates those O-rings and won't hurt them when you squeeze it back in here. It'll just go right down for you. You can see the discoloration. You can see how far it was screwed in. Stop right there. All right. That is a clean little carburetor. All right. Fuel tank is empty. Let's grab us a flashlight and look in there. Yep. I'll tell you that's empty. Don't pump it up too much. You will split this seam right there. It'll destroy the gas tank, and I would not know where in the world to get one. That O-ring and that gas cap is weird. That's why that gas cap is leaking. Get back in there. Let's grab us a screwdriver and try to get that back in there all the way. Looks like it's rolled. There we go. Okay. What do I do with that little clamp that come off? There it is. Get this gas out of the way. Put the clamp back on there. We'll go ahead and get this fuel line back on. I believe we're going to play the devil getting this clamp over that hump right there. Oh, we got it. Point it down so the filter housing don't hit it. Get the throttle leakage hook back up. Here we go. How'd we say this went like that? No. Like that. Wow. Okay. All right, we got that on there. Get the primer hose on there. All the way. Clamp on there. Let me grab my Well, it's on all the way. Yeah. All right, put that little clamp back in this little groove. Hook up the crankcase vent tube. All right. Put the little nuts back on there. I'll give this thing a good washing and degreasing too, get all that oil off of it. All right. Let's put the air filter back in it. I don't know how they got it. Hang on to it, boy. I don't know how they. Oh, they have a two-piece. How was that in there like that? Was it in there like that? Yeah, that's how it was. Okay, let's grab some fresh fuel. Have it filling up. While we put it back together, we'll know if it's leaking. 12 bucks at Harbor Freight. Y'all gotta get you one of them. Gotta get you one of them. These things are nice. This thing pumps so fast, I usually end up giving the customer a whole fuel tank full of gas. That's good. Put that drain back in there. All right. All right. Ooh, I dribbled a little gas on the floor. Boy, I tell you, these cheap Walmart shoes, you step in a little fuel, the soles stick to the floor. Hang on, let me get my coat and hat. All right. All right, put these little screws back in there. Easy. Ooh, there goes that. There goes that F-150 again. Let's see if we can get it on camera. I've been in love with this truck. I have never been able to catch that truck on camera. Custom exhaust, he's got it lowered a little bit. Extended cab F-150. Is he coming out the back side, back entrance? I hear him. Nope. I'll get him on camera when he stays. Y'all will fall in love with that truck too. That's a beautiful truck. Okay, he went out the other entrance. Okay. At least I don't have to worry about sharpening the blade on this one. Let's let it down. All right, that bowl had time to fill. Give that thing 3 or 4 little pumps. Hey, on the way. for watching another Tom and Moby video. Little Powersmart mower set for 5 years and never been used. Carburetor cleaning, got it running. We got a smoker. All if you need me, eat your vitamins and take your vegetables, and love you all. Catch you all on the next one.